Today is Wednesday, September 10th, 2014. It's 10 a.m. I call the meeting of the Monongalia County Commission to order. Will everyone please rise for a moment of silent meditation and pledge the flag. Thank you. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Beat Pitt.
Okay, Diane.
State exonerations, there are 19 listings, $7,422.60 for tax years 2012, 13, and 14. Fiduciary orders of September 10 and approval of services for Lindsay Crane. Minutes of August 20 and 27. Vouchers, General County Fund, $286,439.20. General County Fund purchasing card, $13,180.58. Coal Severance Fund, $20,686.81. Coal Severance Fund purchasing card, $11,963.30. Camp Muffley, $590.46. Chestnut Ridge Park, $3,827.45. Mason-Dixon Park, $899.88. Assessor's Valuation Fund, $2,973.75. Magistrate Court Fund, $119.03. Home Confinement Fund, $150. 911 Purchasing Card, $2,149. 911 Cash, $1,601.49 for a total of $344,580.95. I have one budget revision. This is from the Sheriff's Office. Enclosed is a copy of a check in the amount of $936.56 for the reimbursement of drug court participant supervision by home confinement for July of 14. He's requesting that the following amounts be deposited into the 705 home confinement budget: $870 into 103 salaries, $53.94 into 104 FICA, and the remainder of $12.62 into 104.01 Medicare.
Move for approval of all items and budget revisions.
Second, I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Bill, are you still there?
Yes, you hear me?
Yeah.
Now we
Hear me
can.
now, yeah.
Okay. I didn't say aye loud enough, I guess.
No, okay. Okay, thank you. Motion passed. Renee. Good morning.
Let's have some items for reimbursement today. The first is the Emergency Solutions Grant Program for June of 2014, $1,825.05 for RDBIC. Second item, the JABG grant for MAYSP for August of 2014, $1,099.58. The VOCA grant for August 2014, $4,105.18. And DUI grant for August 2014, $9,393.12. And lastly, we have the Click It or Ticket program for the Sheriff's Department for the month of August, $1,892.55.
Move for approval.
I'll second it. We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you. Go ahead, Renee.
We also have one item. We have a letter of grant award from the Governor's Highway Safety Program for the Monongalia County Sheriff's Department. They have been granted $285,950 for the year beginning October 1 through September the 30th for the DUI program, and also for Click It or Ticket and other various programs. We went from $160,000 last year to $285,990 for this year.
That's good. Do we need a motion to accept it, or
No, it's just
a not?
Just a notice.
Well, that's a good
Very
sign.
good. That's $285,000.
Mhm.
That's a good start. We'll go back and get some more. Thank you, Renee. We appreciate that.
Sure.
Okay, WVU Sports Marketing 646 class process to name baseball stadium. Who's here for that?
All right, Andrew Antonio.
Okay, why don't you identify yourself and your address, and then identify the people with you
Okay,
for the record.
My name is Andrew DePietro-Antonio. I'm in the sports marketing class here at West Virginia University, and I'm with Kristen Furlong, Manuel Garcia, and Brett Irvin.
Very good.
Okay.
Now, you're free to present. You can stand if you like. You can
sit
at the
down if you
table,
feel more
whichever
comfortable.
Feel more comfortable.
What's the best place? What's the best place for everyone?
Well, you can bring anyone up with you too.
Well, why don't they stand here on the side so they can get
Or they can
recognized also?
stand. That's fine.
You dressed up, I appreciate that, so.
I look good for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Drop and give me 10.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so we'll stand up.
Sure.
That's up
That's
to you.
great.
Okay, so we have some very exciting news today, and
Good.
as I already introduced myself and everyone here, we're from the sport management class, more specifically a sport marketing class with Dr. Dallas Branch. President of Rich Baseball Operations, John Dandies, approached our class with the opportunity to work with the professional baseball team coming to Morgantown. So we were really excited, and he gave us the opportunity to announce that there is going to be a naming contest. So
Fantastic.
the fans and everyone can take pride and ownership in the team coming to town by submitting their names to an online website at morgantownprobaseball.com or at our locations at United Bank. Thanks to John Fahey, he let us set up paper ballots in there, and the Clear Mountain Banks, thanks to Frank Vitale. So those are the places you can go to vote. We're going to be running this competition from today until September 26th.
September 27th.
September 26th, where you will be able to submit your names, and then on September 29th, we will be narrowing it down through a vetting process to a top 10, and then from the top 10, we'll be sending the names to the Rich Baseball operations, and they will be selecting the name of the team coming to town.
Very good.
So it's pretty exciting news.
That's
and
good. Do you get credit for this?
Well, we do get a little bit of credit for it, and it was a great opportunity from John Dandies to let us do this. So we're just hoping to get the community involved and just show everyone we're excited. We're excited for the team coming to town, and hopefully the fans are excited to really go out there, express their opinions, and show us what they want the name of the team to be.
I remember during the press conference announcing it, I talked to Mr. Bob Rich afterwards, and that's one of the things that he said, that he felt an obligation to involve the community in almost every decision that they made, and they really wanted to advance the team because he felt that his obligation was to show that the team belonged to the people that lived here in West Virginia. So.
Yeah, this is the first step of like a long and exciting off season that we're gonna be that's in store for us. So
Exciting.
For
Tom,
clarification,
did you want to say something?
yeah, for clarification, okay, so you have a press release that's gonna,
press release we can hand out to everyone
Yes, and I do have
here.
press releases, and I have a
Why don't
copy
you
of the
give one to
voting.
Janet?
Janet, yeah.
Have it in our
and
record.
just for the record, I'd appreciate, after I talk, if you would read the press release, so then it's also on tape, so that way we have it, so you could use it at any time on any YouTube or something along those lines. Because there's some things in this press release that I think they're gonna be very interesting, awards and prizes and so on, so I thought,
Well, that's a good request. Why don't you
Yeah.
go ahead and read the press?
yeah, why don't you
Okay,
read the
best
press?
place to read it from? Right in front
Yeah,
of that.
well, it doesn't really matter. You can just stand there and face
Yeah, face the camera, because I see some
Okay.
cameras
it goes
behind
on
you too.
YouTube.
Okay, all right. The Name the Team Fan Toss contest begins today as professional baseball comes to Morgantown. Fans will receive a 2015 ticket for submitting a name. Submit at morgantownprobaseball.com or any Morgantown United Bank and Clear Mountain Bank locations. Today is September 10th, 2014. With excitement building for the debut of the professional baseball in Morgantown, West Virginia, Rich Baseball Operations today announced a Name the Team contest to encourage fans to help select the name of the new franchise. This is the first opportunity for baseball fans in North Central West Virginia to take pride in their hometown team, which will debut in the New York Penn League in June of 2015. To submit a name suggestions, fans should log on to morgantownprobaseball.com or use paper ballots that will be available at all Morgantown United Bank locations and all Morgantown Clear Mountain Bank locations. To help execute the Name the Team contest, Rich Baseball Operations is working closely with West Virginia University Graduate Sport Management Program Sport Marketing class taught by Dr. Dallas Branch. The contest will be directed locally by graduate students Andrew DePietro-Antonio, which is myself, Kristen Furlong, Manuel Garcia, and Brett Irvin. The first 500 suggestions will receive a complimentary 2015 game ticket, excluding opening day and the first home game of the season, and the last home game of the season. for the inaugural season of professional baseball in Morgantown to be played at the new baseball complex being constructed for West Virginia University's intercollegiate Big 12 baseball program. Please note, online and paper ballots must be filled out completely to receive a complimentary 2015 game ticket. 1 ticket per person per valid email. 1 person who submits the eventual winning name of the franchise will receive 4 tickets for the 2015 post-contest drawing. So the team name suggestions must be submitted by September 26th at noon for consideration. From Monday, September 29th to Friday, October 3rd, fans will then be able to vote for their favorite name at MorgantownProBaseball.com from the top 10 suggestions that we received. Fans interested in more information on the new professional baseball team in Morgantown or to be placed on a waiting list for the season tickets and ticket packages should visit MorgantownProBaseball.com or email the club at MorgantownBaseball@gmail.com. You can also follow the latest developments of the team on Twitter @MorgantownBall and Facebook /MorgantownBaseball. The local contact is myself, Andrew Pietrantonio, and the contact for Rich Baseball Operations is Jonathan Dandies. Thank you.
This, first of
Thank you
all,
very much.
I want to thank you all because not only is many people do just minor projects for graduate class, but you are probably going to set the economic environment and the development there. We have a $180 million development. We have an interchange that's going there. And this is just one of the projects that's going to expand. So what's really going to be nice is that you will be setting the future development for that area. And not only am I excited, but I'm also really excited for the Riches to get the community involved. That's one thing he said at the meeting. And as somebody asked, well, are they going to pick the names? No, we're picking the names correctly, and then out of that, then they will then vote on the names, and then those names are then submitted. So therefore, it's all community-based and community-related,
All
correct?
can be, yeah, we really want to get the community involved. We really want to hear what they have to say and see what their name suggestions are.
Well, I think this is great. So what then happens after you leave here? I know right now you have the website. What is the next step in this process?
The next step in this process is people to start submitting names.
Okay.
So MorgantownProBaseball.com, go out, hopefully you, after you're done working today, or all of you are here after this, go out and fill out the, get a little survey on the line, or stop at one of the United Bank or Clear Mountain Bank locations and submit your vote.
Eldon,
Yes, Bill.
I have a question.
Yes.
Still clarification. I think it needs clarified for the public as well.
Okay.
Is this a process to name the semi-professional team, or is this a process to name the facility, the baseball stadium?
No, to name the team.
Okay. I had that question because I think some people would be confused,
Right.
and I needed clarification myself,
Yeah.
is that the process to name the stadium itself is yet to be determined, correct?
Yeah. Yes, that's right. The stadium, just to clarify for everyone, the stadium is in Granville. It is not in Morgantown. It is it's a Granville Stadium, and that's where the team will play. So there might be some confusion on that, but yes, this is for naming the team.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anything else you'd all? We're very excited, and as you can see, I wore my West Virginia
Yeah, I like it. You're looking
2015
great.
shirt to promote this. So, is there anything the three of you want to add?
I just ask that everybody participate and get involved. I think it's a fantastic opportunity to let the community get involved and have a hand and help to name this minor league baseball team. I'm a big baseball fan. I'm personally ecstatic to have a minor league baseball team in Monongalia County, and I hope you guys are as well.
You look like you played some baseball.
Yeah.
and they are affiliated with what Major League Baseball
The
team?
Pittsburgh Pirates.
Which I think is an exceptional thing, and we'll be able to work out certain programs I know they're already talking about with the Pirates and so on. So, again, I want to thank you for coming here. I appreciate you allowing us to have you here to make the announcement, and I know what we're going to do is break for a couple minutes with your permission, so any of the media, and they can leave, so that
Oh,
we'll
you want to
let them just go out.
meeting?
And ask for a five. No, we'll just ask for
They don't
about.
want to talk to us. They want to talk
No,
to
they want to go outside. So if you want to go outside and
Me-
talk with them, then you can leave.
right.
You don't have to
Yeah,
stay for
me
our
neither.
meeting.
Doesn't say. I just want to also as the process is to close, I want to welcome you to come back.
Yes.
Like if you come back, you come back with your 10 days, come back, feel free, please come back and present it here in the meeting and say what the process has gone. I mean, YouTube, we have every meeting, so this is a good source, plus we have the media here, so this is a good source and a good place for you to say, give updates of your progress, so feel free to contact Diane anytime if you wanna come back down, and we'll put you on the agenda.
Okay.
And we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Correspondence. Request for approval of expenditure from Star City TIF funds.
This is one of their standard requests for payment, the amount of $6,383.85 for CTL Engineering. They did the surveying and site design for Boyers Avenue project.
Move for approval of expenditure of the TIF funds to Star City.
Second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay, next thing on correspondence, invoice from Sept and Johnson PLLC for University Town Center TIF and Economic Development District.
These are also two payments coming from TIF funds, University Town Center EODD District for Sept and Johnson. This invoice is in the amount of $13,629.62, and the second one is for $1,373.35.
Move for approval of payment.
Second, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay. Any other correspondence, Diane?
No.
Okay, unfinished business. We adopted the tow policy the last time, and this is an administrative amendment. It doesn't change the gist of, it doesn't change the gist, purpose, direction, penalty, or anything. All it does in this particular amendment is state the federal law, the FCC regulation, and the penalties for violating the federal law in using scanners. You want to read that, Diane, as to the amendment?
The FCC has the authority to interpret Section 705 of the Communications Act, unauthorized publication of communications. Section 705 prohibits a person from using an intercepted radio communication for his or her own benefit. Any individual and/or business who would divulge or publish what they hear or use it for their own or someone else's benefit is in violation of the federal law. An example of using an intercepted call for a beneficial use would be someone listening to accident reports on a police channel and then sending his or her tow truck to the reported accident scene in order to obtain business. This practice will not be acceptable and is in violation of Section 705 of the Communications Act. Penalties for any person who violates this section shall be fined not more than $2,000 or imprisoned for not more than 6 months or both. Any person who violates this section willfully and for purposes of direct or indirect commercial advantage or private financial gain shall be fined not more than $50,000 or imprisoned for not more than 2 years or both for the first such conviction, and shall be fined not more than $100,000 or imprisoned for not more than 5 years or both for any subsequent convictions. Any person aggrieved by any violation of this section may bring a civil action in a United States District Court or in any other court of competent jurisdiction. This amendment shall be included in the tow policy adopted by the County Commission on September 3rd, 2014.
This, as I stated, one of the big concerns that was brought up at our public hearing was the continued use by certain parties of scanners to gain financial advantage by getting to wrecks. This does not change the tow policy in any fashion. All it does is make the people in the business, as well as the officers, as well as the county commission and every citizens of the county, as to what the federal law is and why these scanners are banned. Because, as I said before, the whole purpose of the tow policy is to try to prevent corruption of any type. And so by adopting the policy, I felt it would be good to go ahead and include the actual federal law that prohibits these scanners. And then the officers will know it. It's right there in the policy. Any discussion?
No, I think it resolves the issue that the major concern that was brought up. So I will move to amend the tow policy as stated.
Bill, do you have any comments?
I think your idea, Alden, of incorporating that regulation was excellent, and I don't think there should be any doubt in any tow operator's mind of the consequence of using scanners to try to gain the unfair advantage.
Thank you. You want to second it?
Yes, I'll second it.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Bill, did you say aye?
Yeah, aye.
Thank you. Motion passed. Okay. That should take care of that.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Toker. Okay, Dog Warden Service Agreement, City of Morgantown.
This is similar to the other agreements that we've had returned from Star City and Granville. This is with the City of Morgantown, and they have agreed to enter into the contract that we've had existing with them for several years.
Okay, so we'll just need a motion to authorize me to sign the agreement with you,
Yes.
correct?
Move that we sign the dog warden service agreement with the city of Morgantown for a total of $39,392.36.
You want to second that, Bill?
I'll second it.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion passed. All right, I'll sign that agreement. Okay, do we have any other unfinished business?
No.
No? Okay, moving on to new business. Proclamation for Patriot Day. Who's here for proclamation for Patriot Day? There.
He is.
Yeah. Perfect time.
Mike Wolf, ready to read the proclamation for Patriot Day.
Whereas on September the 11th, 2001, our nation was darkened by the worst attack on the American people in our history. Thousands of innocent men, women, and children perished. There were family and friends, service members, and first responders, and the tragedy of their loss left the pain that will never fade and scars our country we will never forget. And whereas today, as we remember the victims, their families, and the heroes who stood up during one of the darkest moments, we invite all Monongalians to reclaim that abiding spirit of compassion by serving their communities. From volunteering with an organization to support our local communities, to collecting food and clothing for those in need, preparing care packages for our men and women in uniform, there are many ways to bring service into our everyday lives. And whereas a joint resolution approved on December the 18th, 2011, Public Law 107-89, the Congress has designated September the 11th of each year as Patriot Day, and by Public Law 111-13, approved April 21st, 2009, the Congress has requested the observance of September the 11th as an annual recognized National Day of Service and Remembrance. Now, therefore, the County Commission of Monongalia County does hereby proclaim September the 11th, 2014 as Patriot Day and National Day of Service and Remembrance. It also recognizes the men and women who serve our communities as emergency responders, servicemen and women, and volunteers, dated September the 10th, 2014.
Move for approval of the proclamation.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. This is a very admirable proclamation. We can't thank enough those emergency responders that protect us each and every day. Okay. Proclamation for Constitution Week. Becky, you want to bring your people up here and introduce yourself and the other people with you?
I'm Rebecca Davis, Vice Regent of the Colonel's Aqua Morgan chapter. Jessica Davis, Colonel's Aqua Morgan. Jane Lard, Woodburn chapter. Jessica's going to read the proclamation.
Okay.
Whereas the Constitution of the United States of America, the Garden of the Liberties, embodies the principles of limited government in the Republic dedicated to rule by law, and whereas September 17, 2014 marks the 227th anniversary of the framing of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention, and whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to the magnificent document and its memorable anniversary, it is it's to the patriotic celebration which will commemorate it, and whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issue of the proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America, designating September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week. Now therefore we, the members of the Monongalia County Commission, by virtue of the authority vested in us, do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week, and ask our citizens to affirm the idea of the framers of the Constitution had the 1787 by figuratively protecting the freedom guaranteed to us through the guardian of our liberties.
September 10th, 2014. Thank you very much.
I move we support the proclamation.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed.
You want to sign it?
Yes, bring it up.
Also, for your information, next week on the 17th, we're going to be honoring an individual from Osage who died 70 years ago in the war in the Netherlands, and the people from the Netherlands are coming over here next week at this time.
Okay.
And they're coming here,
Next Wednesday.
his name's James Wicksline.
Okay.
And we're going to have a proclamation, and we're going to do
Okay.
a ceremony for him.
The reason we're doing this early is because we have our luncheon this Saturday.
Okay.
You know, we gotta work around football.
Oh, I know.
We have priorities in this town.
Yeah, some way you know you're
Yeah.
important.
Bill, do you have any comments on either proclamation?
No, I think they're both appropriate, and they're certainly noteworthy, and they're proclamations that need to be made.
Thank you.
Take a couple pictures.
Well, it's the Constitution that makes all of us possible here today. So we thank you for your efforts and work towards it.
You're gonna feel sign Bill's name on you.
Yeah.
Come on, you can get the picture. We have Jamie's the man who does it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Figures just.
Well, let me take this off.
Why?
Oh, okay.
You want to come up here?
Okay,
Yes, sir.
yes.
Yes.
I'll just get in here.
How you doing?
Good. You want to get in the middle, you're the one to do it.
There you go. Okay, your proclamation. Right there.
One more?
Yes.
Looks pretty good. Hard to improve on that.
Okay.
It's not the edges that look good, it's the center.
Yes, that's right.
I need to copy that, please.
Oh, thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jane, we'll make the reunion next time, right?
50th.
The 50th coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. Jane now in school again.
10 years ago.
10 years ago, that's right. Okay, schedule for Board of Assessment Appeals.
Right, she's made it a copy.
We'll have to wait till her return.
One of my favorite things to do.
Board of Assessment Appeals.
Yes.
I'm not sure how many we got.
I know. Yeah.
Mark, do you know how many we got in Board of Assessment Appeals?
There's several that have been already completed, so Chris and Chris are trying to finalize.
Okay, you're gonna try to knock them all out, so this schedule will just be a waste of,
There may be not as many as what we think.
we hope so.
Yeah.
That'll be good. What's the schedule you
I
got
have
set?
only
29 that, well, no, 13 that Debbie has said she's had on the list since February. Officially, I'm not sure which of these 13 have been worked out. This isn't similar to the board of review where we have to meet
Right.
every
There's
3 or
not
4
definite
days. No, but you must start October 1st. That is by
You
code.
must, so the only requirement is that we start, our first meeting would be October 1.
Yes,
And then we can set the rest of the schedule or adjourn if we don't have any further business.
right, right.
I believe-
So I'm
We could do that in the
suggesting
afternoon.
3 o'clock on October
Sure.
the 1st.
Which is Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
It's a
yeah.
Wednesday, so we can set out a few minutes of our
Okay.
work session to take
To-
care of
to
any that
begin-
we might have,
To begin any we might have,
see what we
Okay.
have to schedule and go from there.
okay? Then we can schedule from that date.
Right.
Okay, you wanna,
Move that we begin the Board of Assessment review on October 1st at 3 o'clock.
I'll second that. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Okay. Any more new business? No more new business? You have something?
I just have something, actually, this should have been under unfinished. Peggy Brooks' term on the Deckers Creek PSD was incorrectly stated for October. It should be November 30, 2017.
So the end of her term is November 30th, 2017?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just moved to amend it?
No.
Yeah. It's be corrected in the minutes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, move to correct it. in the
Move
minutes.
to correct in the minutes.
I'll second that. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. We'll just correct those minutes. Okay. Any further business?
No.
Okay. Sheriff, do you have anything for us?
Hi.
Yes, I do. Actually,
Yes, he does.
I was thinking, we have today two prospective employees, and Commissioner Bartola, I've laid yours in front of the phone.
Take a look at it.
I don't know if you can read it that way. There you go.
He had it upside down. He's
Yes,
figured it out.
yeah.
The first position that we wanted to present was, as you know, Mansell Jones was with us for nearly 20 years as a deputy, a detective, and retired from his career with our department as a lieutenant, midnight shift commander. And one of the things that we did, as you know, we hadn't come back and asked for any money because we had 4 ranking deputies that had retired within pretty close proximity of each other. So we had enough money that we were able to, and are still in a position of replacing those positions. And one of the things that we took a look at that we needed but didn't have the money before to really pursue was an evidence room coordinator. And basically what that position entails is this person would be in charge of entering all the evidence that's gotten from crimes or collected at scenes and things like that, properly filed into the evidence room, properly see that it's tagged correctly and that it's in our computer system correctly and that it's placed in the evidence room correctly. And then when the officers need it for court, then that person can get that evidence, retrieve the evidence, get it to them for court, and then they stay up on what cases have already been adjudicated and then can apply for an order of destruction of that evidence if that's appropriate. So we've never had that before. So very luckily, we were able to convince Mansell that this would be a perfect opportunity for him if he wanted to come back to do something on a part-time basis, which luckily he agreed to. So what we'd like to do is start Mansell in the position of evidence coordinator at a salary of $14.50 per hour, commencing on September 15th of this year. There would be a probationary period of 6 months involved in, by virtue of the part-time position, not eligible for benefits.
I think it's a very worthwhile job because that's keeping track of evidence is so important. So we all know from all of us being in courts and I've been sitting on the bench sometimes and, well, can't find that. I had it someplace. So I think it's a very admirable position, and we thank you for coming back to do that. Can we have a motion on
Sure.
his approval?
I move that we appoint Mansell Jones III as a part-time employee.
I'll second it.
The motion and the second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Welcome back.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Glad to have you. Okay.
The second person we'd like to introduce is Levi Dawson. Levi applied for and has completed all the requirements for a position of full-time court security officer. We had a position left open when one of our court security officers left to take a full-time position with the probation department. So we keep losing people, but we're losing them to good jobs. So we must be doing something
Yeah.
right.
Training them for someone else.
Training them for someone else, that's right. But Levi, we'd like to start on the September 16th, and his monthly salary would be $2,135. He would have a 6-month probationary period, and because of full-time position, would be eligible for benefits.
Move for approval of Levi Dawson as a full-time employee.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Now,
Sorry you had to wait.
Now you have,
Sorry you had to wait.
yeah, he'll get you
I
back
know.
at some point.
I know, because I know she did that.
Do you have anything else you would like to report, Sheriff, while you're here?
Just one thing real briefly. Me and my friend here, we always say just one thing.
One more thing.
We are now in the full-blown process of doing background investigations on prospective applicants for the deputy sheriff positions that we have open currently. We just we did the physical ability test on September 5th, and we had some people pass, some people failed, so we had to send that information to the Civil Service Commission so they could realign the list. That's been done. We received that information back yesterday, so we are in the process as we speak of getting the top 3 names in to start their background investigation process. So we're moving towards that point. We probably still have a couple more months before we're at the point of actually making it higher. One thing that's very fortunate, though, on this list that we haven't had a lot of in the past, we have several certified officers that took our test. So that kind of tells me we're doing something right, because we're attracting a lot of certified officers from other agencies in other jurisdictions that came to test. So we have several, and they're at the top of the list. So basically what that means to us is, if we end up hiring a certified officer already, they've already been through the State Police Academy, we don't have to pay that $3,000 for those 2 people to go through the academy again. So
That's why some are hearing from us, we're hearing from others.
Yeah, the last one we hired, we picked from Morgantown PD, so we have a couple, I think one is in Harrison County Sheriff's Office, and a couple from PD, so. So we may be doing some picking from some other agencies.
That's good.
So,
Very good, Sheriff. Thank
Okay.
you.
that's all I have.
Just one more thing. I was trying to think. Mr. Assessor, do you have anything, sir?
No, sir.
Mr. Snyder, you have anything from Granville for us?
No, sir.
Do you have any other elected officials out there? Reports from the commissioners. Bill, do you have anything, sir?
Yeah, I want to just share something with the commission. I got a call from a gentleman in the community, and I did ask him if he minded if I gave his name when I reported this, because I told him that I thought what he had to say to me had a lot of thought and meaning to it, and I just wanted to share it with you. And it's in reference to the weighing of the trucks on Walnut Street and that issue. Although that's not our issue, I thought maybe as a commission we might want to share a source that suggested a remedy for that. And the person is Roy Dengen, who's a retired Morgantown police officer, who had a lot of exposure and contact with the truck traffic on that street. And he brought two ideas to mind to me. One was an approach to eliminate the need to weigh any trucks after they leave Greer, because actually the law sets the limits of the load, and Greer loads them, and there's a printout of the weight of the truck before they load, a printout of the truck's load after they load. So that invoice or that loading certification should be all that's needed to determine whether or not a truck is overloaded. It also raises the issue of what implications could be applied if Greer overloads a truck, because their weight limits are known to, they're just public information. And I guess to go one step further, what it brought to mind was the old medical theory that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And I just think it would be worthy for the city of Morgantown to get with the delegates based upon Roy Dengen's suggestion and to look at nipping this issue in the bud. If overweight is the question, a way to require that loading certification be mandatory, that be maintained in the truck, and that also that Greer's records could be reviewed as to what was placed on the truck. I think not only does this ounce of prevention worth more than a pound of cure apply to this situation, but it applies to a lot of situations sometimes that we overlook. We look for solutions instead of preventions.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's what's that? Is that called a bill of lading?
I'm not sure what they call it. It's a printout.
Yeah, everyone's nodding their head. Yeah, a bill of lading is what they call that when they load, and a requirement that be on the truck would certainly address that. And then if there was any questions, they could just look at the bill of lading and see what the weight was.
Sure.
Good idea. Tom, do you have that?
Yeah, I just have one item. There seems to be a little bit of confusion about up in the milegram what's actually going to go into that development, or not development, the design of the road over by the airport. So I requested, along with Mayor of Morgantown, Jenny Saline, we contacted Bill Austin, who on our behalf has sent a letter to Brian Carr requesting that they come before the MPO, because we're interested exactly in the entire length of the project from West Virginia 705 to the bottom of Easton Hill, but specifically the operation of the Hartman Run intersection and how it will work with the segment going down. And we've asked them to come give us an update on the status and possibly a presentation at our October board meeting, because there's still confusion. We were both under the assumption that there still was going to be a roundabout. Last week, Senator Bob Beach said that that is not going to happen. So again, we have some confusion, and I'm trying to ask for clarification with the mayor so we can bring this all in front of us. Thank you.
Okay. I don't. That's part of the best way to handle it. I don't know how anyone can say what's going to be there, because their last presentation is they got to present all this to the public for public comment. Right. If they've already made their decisions, why they're wasting their money on public comment, and they're basically saying people don't matter. So I think some people get out ahead of themselves, and that's probably the best way to do it is get to the bottom of it. People come forward and find out what's going on. I really don't have anything else. Is there any comments from the public? Is there any public? What do I hear?
Move for adjournment.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. We are adjourned.